All right, everyone, welcome back through the magic of television here. We are back for another Greasy Skillet session, which, pro tip, literally was just moments after the last Greasy Skillet session. I'm back here with Carina Butterworth, geomatics educator extraordinaire. And in the last session, we started doing this whole, okay, let's try to use ChatGPT to actually figure out the best fit circle through a set of measured data, which is quite a common surveying problem. And we were able to actually bring it, throw it into ChatGPT here. We had a whole set of 6 points. We threw it into ChatGPT, gave it some parameters, said, hey, tell me what the center and radius of this circle is. It generated some Python code. It correctly identified how many points were in the data, told us the equation of a circle, and calculated to what I believe is probably close to the correct answer, the center and the radius. But as you pointed out, that one of the problems with this approach is in terms of this whole how do we actually verify that this answer is correct, right? How available is this? Are we going to build a whole business where every time we measure a tank, we drop it into ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, what's the answer now? What's the answer now? What's the answer now? No, getting to real value means building a workflow that we can run independently of ChatGPT or Copilot or Gemini or whatever your GenAI of choice is.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's try to make a workflow where we can actually now take data. It's going to be in a CSV file, and we're going to create this workflow. One of the things that I like to bring up is in our workshops, we actually have this digital workflow development scratchpad that we use, which is designed to try to get people to think a little bit more critically, because very often, and I think you'll see this with, no offense, students quite a bit, where it's like, oh, cool, here's a problem, blah, and then now you're like, well, you have to break down the problem into what is the problem here? What are you actually attempting to do here? Who's the user? Who does the analysis? How often are you doing this thing? Is this just a one-off or something that needs to be repetitive? Defining the inputs, defining the outputs, breaking down your task into subtasks. And then most importantly, one thing that we always suggest is evaluating whether you should actually ask ChatGPT or should you develop this whole workflow. Because some things, write a memo for your boss, probably you're going to throw it into GPT. You're not going to write your own language model or something like that. But technical stuff, you probably do. Okay, so what we want to define this problem is we've got this file. Great. Now we're going to want it to do least squares, but either in Excel or I assume through VBA would be the other approach.
Sure.
I think what's fair is let's continue on in our chat. The nice thing about these GenAIs, of course, is that you can preserve your chat. So we'll go back to the old chat that we were running last session and say thanks. I hear Sam Altman hates it when we do that. This was great.
I'm polite too. I always be nice, because one day when it takes over,
they have our chat logs, right? They will look at it. I agree. I totally agree. However, I would like to do this calculation directly. Whoa. I always get asked, do spelling mistakes matter? And I don't know. I always correct them, but...
Yeah, I actually haven't tried to... Usually I correct them as well, but I've asked it to create spelling errors for me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's done a great job of that.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I've said, I'd like this to do this calculation directly in Excel. What approaches could I use to accomplish this? Let's see what it says, right? So, it's polite back. You're welcome. That's great. Thank you. So nonlinear solver using Excel solver add-in.
Wow.
Interesting. Create 3 cells, guess for the radius, compute the residuals. So that makes sense. That is how you do this. And then use solver to minimize the sum of square of residuals. Have you ever used solver?
No, I haven't actually. I don't even think we have it.
I feel there is a new... everybody's got it. It's a default part of Excel, but I have to say that I don't use it quite often. So watch for another session where we
Yeah,
go through
exactly.
and figure that one
Yeah.
that one out. Linearized circle fit, so an algebraic method. So basically, this is a math way. Using a linear estimator. Okay. Visual fit.
Manual.
Circle fit manually using a drawing or reference, not accurate but visually helpful.
That was not very helpful at all.
No. That's an odd one. Would you like a step-by-step Excel template, formulas, and layout for one of these methods? Okay, I'm intrigued by Solver. However, I do not believe it will actually produce an Excel file. I've never seen ChatGPT or Gemini produce a actual Excel file. So let's go down this rabbit hole and see what happens here.
Let's see it.
Let's try out the Solver approach. Please produce a template for this one. I'm going to be just so curious. If it could spit out the Excel file, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
But I just don't believe that.
It says it's got an Excel file there.
Man. Okay, if this is true, this is going to be remarkable. So one of the crazy parts about our workshops is every week or every month when we run these things, we go in, and if you want your life to be miserable, do a live demo. And if you want it to be really miserable, do a whole workshop of live demos, right?
Bet,
And we've been caught so many times where you're like, oh yeah, this can never do this thing. And then you're like, oh, actually it did. However,
I think it just gave you some headings.
I think I'm safe here.
Yeah.
I don't think okay, cool. Kinda.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's see. So open the file, go to the data sheet. The X and Y columns contain input. You'll fill formulas for distance. Oh.
So you do the work, it doesn't want to.
This has become a common, I like that. Okay, no problem. Initial guesses. Okay, so how would you suggest? Yeah, okay. Would you like me to provide the actual Excel formulas? So I'm going to try to be super lazy here and not actually think my way through this.
Yes.
And let's see how far we can make this happen. Step-by-step formula instructions. Your X values start in cell A3. Your Y values start in B3. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Correct. So it got that right. In the data sheet, enter these formulas in row 3 and drag them down. Oh, handy. Data sheet. In row 3, distance to center. Okay, now I will do a little bit of thinking here and go, okay, solver setup B2, because I noticed that ChatGPT is notoriously bad at like index, like it'll go like B4, etc., but A3 is what I want. B3 is what I'm going to want. Solver setup B2. Yeah, that will be okay. B3, cool. And I guess part of solver is we're going to have to guess, but like a convenient way to guess this would be actually, assuming that the points are around the whole of the circle, is to just calculate the average, right? Okay, so that would make a logical, let's go 150.02, 150.02.
Oh, that one says 2.
Yeah. You know what? We're going to make it a little difficult. It's going to have to get
We're going to make it work.
Yeah, we're going to make this thing actually have to do something. And then a convenient, so this would be my guess for center. And then I guess a convenient way for me to guess to the radius would be for me to just simply go from the center minus any random point, right, to the 2 plus this minus this to the 2, like so.
Yeah.
right? So I'm gonna get 4.98.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 4.9. Great, so that's my guesses, and away we go. Now let's go back to our friend ChatGPT. Um, ho, 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 ho. Yep. Data sheet.
Mhm.
Residual.
So I think what's really important to note about this, though, is that it didn't just give you the answer to what those guesses are. Because we had to figure that out on our own.
Yes, that is true.
So
Like,
that's something that's really important in this workflow as we start.
yeah, for sure. And this makes sense. So residual distance to center minus solver setup B4. And this is exactly what I'm checking.
Mhm.
Yep, that is logical.
Yeah.
Then we go over to column E. I really like how it's doing this.
Mhm.
So then we go over back. I really have too many Excel sheets open here. There, and then it said to just drag and drop this. So if you notice, the formulas it gave actually had the correct money signs, which is a nice tip.
Yeah.
I learned something recently. So I was gonna go pull this, drag this down in a workshop. Control Shift down. Oh, nuts.
No.
I thought that was gonna work. I don't know why it didn't.
Because it probably goes to the end of the sheet that.
But usually it fills it. There's an autofill. Is what I was trying to do.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to
Okay.
be cooler than I could be.
I learn new things about Excel every time I run it
Every
through.
single time. That's why we do these workshops. Okay, so assume your squared residuals go from in solver setup B5. Okay, so we got to go to solver setup B5, right there. That is sum of the squares E3 to E8. That would be the residual squared, okay?
Mhm.
This is gonna be so neat. I
Yeah.
have never used solver before. Okay, go to data, solver, set the objective. So we go, where is solver?
I think data, I think at the top there.
Oh, it did tell us that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Do you see solver? Solver.
Is it in the data? It would be in data types, huh?
Okay, no problem. You know what we do? We just simply say, can't seem to see solver.
Yeah.
And I do find that this is a really great way to find additional like features in Excel and such. So we're gonna go here, files. Oh, it's an add-in. All right, so we're gonna swing over, go file, options, and let's go to the add-ins. Do you see solver? Okay, what am I supposed to do?
Maybe press OK. Highlight it and press OK.
You know what would have been really handy
What?
is reading.
Read the instructions.
Okay, so at the manage, select the go, check the solver add-in. Data far right solver. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go like that. Great. We go okay, and then it's a data, and in the far right should be solver. Hello. Where's solver hiding somewhere here? Where is my solver? I just search for solver. Well, solver is under the add-in. Oh, here we go. Add-ins. Click the solver add-in. There we go.
That makes sense. There we
What's
go.
happening? Data solver.
Nice.
See, sometimes just search is
Yeah,
the
search
the
is
best thing. Okay, so now how do we actually use solver here? So we go great, set objective, solver setup B5. Set objective, and then I go click here, solver setup B5. Great. By changing the variable cells, solver setup B2 to B4. And I want that minimized by changing variable cells. What did it say? Solver setup B2 to B4. Solver setup B2 to B4. Great. And then are we subjecting to any constraints? Non-linear. Do you see a GRG non-linear?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready?
Yep. Let's give it a try.
I just don't know what's gonna happen here. Must be a objective cell must be a single cell on the active sheet. Variable cells must be on the active sheet.
So maybe you have to go to solver in solver setup.
Maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna go close. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it. It's all good. Stop. I'm gonna hit X here. Oh no. We've destroyed this group. We broke Excel. This is why these are so greasy. Why can't I? Okay, set objective solver, set up this, options solve. Yeah, okay, now I'm gonna say, I seem to be getting an infinite number of, what's it say? Solver cells must be on active sheet.
On active sheet, yeah.
Errors. Oh no, now ChatGPT's onto us.
We just broke it all.
Ah, yes. Oh, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, you were right. Like, we should have started it when that tab was actually open. But, okay, so yeah, so that's what it wants us to do. But now, the problem that we got is, how do I, okay, you know what I'm gonna do here? This is what I'm gonna do. No problem. I'm just gonna go data, click some random cell here, data, click some random cell here. So now everything's at least from that thing.
Yeah.
Then I go close. Whew!
Oh wow.
Done. Now I go over here.
Trick Excel.
You got to trick Excel. Thanks, ChatGPT. Now we're going to go back to data solver. Now I'm on the right page. That's a pro tip though, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The objective was sum of squares, right? Minimize.
Yes.
By changing the variable cells,
It was B2 to 4.
B2 to 4, bang, 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 right?
Yeah.
Solve.
Oh, we got a new one.
Oh, cool. It worked.
Cool.
Look at that. Let's do another talent line report. Neat. So it actually did update this, and if you'll notice, this 150.02, 150.02 is actually the answer that ChatGPT did give us the first time. But the cool thing about this is that now what we could do is, for example, if I changed this, let's change this for a meter, 156, right? So I got a new set of data. Remember what we're doing here? So I changed to 156. Now I go data, back to solver. I never will click data and go to solver. Set objective heat left, I go solve. And it updated and updated that.
Nice.
That's really kind of neat.
Yeah.
So,
But
and then
the challenge is, what is solver doing? Because it is essentially an AI, right?
I think, well, that's a good thing to investigate a little bit more deeper later. And we could certainly, if we wanted to, go and ask it to explain, can you explain how solver actually works in practice? And what we find out is that, so yeah, it's explained how it does that.
Okay, good.
I'm assuming that it just try many combinations of those things, and yeah, it just starts with the initial guesses, calculates total error, moves it back. So it kind of actually does least squares, except instead of calculating a derivative to speed up the linear, like, because really least squares adjustment calculates a derivative so that you know the slope that you're supposed to go. This is just like going stepwise away from those solutions and seeing, are you getting bigger or smaller.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty satisfied actually,
Yeah,
like how we were able to use this tool this time to like go through and now develop a workflow that, let's put it this way, you had a good question of like, how does solver work? But at
Yes.
least if a client asks me like, how did you do this? I can show them, oh yeah, you know what I did was I actually have this Excel sheet with solver. Solver's a known tool.
Yeah.
And the way we go, I'm pretty content on that. So cool. Well, thank you very much for coming and joining me on this. Hopefully
Thank you.
we all learned something. Hopefully
Yes.
you folks learned something out there, not only about generative AIs, but a little bit of Excel knowledge today as well. So thanks everyone. We will see you again. And make sure to check out, what's the tagline? Carina Butterworth.
1653 or something like that. I don't know my name.
It is, make sure you go and check out, we're not going to leave you hanging here. It is Carina Butterworth.
I'm the only Carina Butterworth.
6153 for a whole pile of really good geomatics videos. Thanks again. We'll catch you all later. See ya.